Hello, welcome to Home for Every Season. I am Maureen. I am the owner and designer of this page. Today we're with the Debbie's Bright Ideas and Crafters. Crafters and Marketplace. And today we're doing a challenge that was given to us by Debbie, where we have to use 5 ingredients, and it's titled A Little Pinch of Christmas. So the 5 ingredients that we have to use today are a pine cone or a leaf, a candy cane, the color red, a snowflake, and ears. Isn't that interesting? So all of us have been all day. I've seen a few of the other crafters. People have been making reindeer. Debbie made a really cute scene with a reindeer and a little elf guy that she added some hair to. Debbie Paper Sweeties made a really cute ornament. Adorable, and she used some antlers on it that were bought from Crafty Ma'am. And Christine with I'm Snow Crafty, she was making a reindeer, a candy cane into a reindeer. And I'm also making a reindeer, but my reindeer is going to be a paper mache reindeer. And so I have this paper mache mold right here, and what we're going to do is turn it into like a carousel horse. You know how you would go and ride the horses when you were little, and there'd be the pole in the middle of the horse? So that is what I'm going to try to make with you guys today. So the first thing that we're going to do is paint this dowel rod and let it sit and get dry before we add any of our clay. Hello, whoever's here, come on in and say hi. Thank you for joining me today. So the first thing we're going to do, like I said, is paint this pole, this dowel rod. How are you all doing today? Have you been able to see any of the other crafters and join the fun challenge today? My boys are downstairs. They were just raising heck. I was raising heck. It is not easy going live with children, I'll tell you what. Oh my gosh. Pray for all of us mamas and grandmas that have our little babies with us all day while we're here trying to be a part of the big girls club. It doesn't come easy. Hi, Cheryl. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. It's so warm here in Billings, you guys. It is bizarre. I had a really nice big chunky sweatshirt on and I had to take it off. The window is open. It is just crazy. It has been really warm here. Really warm. It's just different. Very different. And then other people are getting lots of snow. We've only had that one time in early October, I think it was, or September, I don't remember. I think it was October. And we just had one little tiny bit of snow in my area, and it didn't even stick. It melted before it hit the ground, basically. Did I say candy cane? We also have to use candy cane. I don't know if I told you that. It's going to be fun. I don't know if I told you all the things. Again, we'll go over it one more time. We have to use a candy cane ears, a pine cone or a leaf, a snowflake, and the color red. It's fun. I like challenges. I like to be challenged. But, you know, some people like it, some people don't. I like it. You don't have to come up with your own idea of what to do. You know, you just go with the flow and create something along with the theme. I'm a big theme person, though. Okay, so there's that dowel rod is all nice and painted. So I'm just going to set that aside now and let it dry. And hopefully it'll dry really nice before we have to put it inside of this thing that I got over here. Now I'm going to cover first I'm going to cover this. This is one of the old clays. Remember, we've been using our old clay that we've been forming into different shapes. So this is going to be the bottom that the stand where my little reindeer, you know, my pole goes into. So I'm going to cover this with white clay. Hi, Dee. I like challenges too. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Maria. Thank you for joining me. I think I started too early again, didn't I, guys? Darn it. You know, my phone, though, I don't have any control over what time the phone says, and I just go by that phone, and it says that it was 11:02, I think, when I started. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm doing great. Is everybody decorating for Christmas? I'm hoping, I'm kind of glad I'm on early today, guys. And maybe the baby will take a nice nap and Azrael can relax. And I can get some work done around here. I'm so far not behind. I mean, how can you be behind on Christmas when it's just barely November? But it happens so fast that you do need that time to get things prepared, I think. All right, so we're going to take this old clay and we're going to just cover it with this nice, fresh white clay. And I have found that I don't have to use glue when I'm using the older clay. If it doesn't stick, then you'll want to add a little bit of tacky glue. But for the most part, I have found that when you put the new clay on the old clay, this way it sticks to it. I haven't had to use any glue on it. It works out nice. Okay, there's that part. So it looks like a snowy mound, okay? Like a flat on the bottom snowball, and that is going to be the bottom of our reindeer. Okay, so now we're going to cover this with our other clay. To get this color of clay, I mixed two colors with Glitz and Glue firm clay. I used the coffee brown and skin, and I mixed them together, and it came out this color here. I hooked my hair on a garland in my house earlier, so my hair is kind of like going everywhere. Hi, Debbie. Thank you for coming in. I am so happy to be here with all of you on Wednesday, and I'm hoping, like I said, I really raised heck just now with the kids and said, you guys better behave. I told my son, I do everything for you guys. I should be able to, you know, have my own little thing as a mom and do my work and enjoy it without any problems, right? It gets hard. Kids are kids. We all have kids. We all know what they're like, right? But they're being good right now, so that's all that matters. Just got my husband off to work. My husband goes to work at 11, about 10 to 11. And so I was getting him off to work, getting the baby dressed and changed for the day, and getting myself ready. And it's a busy morning at my house. Mornings are busy. I don't know, when's the busiest part of your guys' day? Hi, Leanne. Thank you. And welcome to our group, Leanne. I'm so glad you're here with us. Okay, I have never covered a paper mache reindeer like this. I've done like the book. I've done the book, and I've done the cake, the boxes and the cakes and all of that. So I'm assuming that this will be kind of the same type of thing, right? I'm hoping anyway. I think it'll be cute if I can get it the way I see it in my head. I laid down last night and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to make this, what I'm making. And I just started picturing my craft room and picturing all the things that I needed to gather up to do it. Hi, Christine. Thank you for joining. Did you get to finish your candy cane reindeer? I'll have to go back and watch the very end of your live. I'm sorry I had to leave. I had to lower the boom, you guys. I had to say, listen up, guys. We're about to go live. Okay, so I'm going to add some tacky glue to this reindeer. And I'm not sure. I'm going to cover the most part. I'm going to leave his antlers open for the time being. I'm just going to wing it, you guys. We'll see how I do with this. Like I said, I've never really covered something this shape. Are you kidding me? I couldn't see. So we'll see how it goes. Just a little bit of glue. I am gonna be done. Hi, Carly. Thank you for coming. I'm making a reindeer carousel, kind of like a, like a horse on a pole. So how do I want to do this? Let me think a minute, guys. I'm going to do this by, I'm going to go right over the antlers and poke them through. Like that. Goodness. Talk about nerve-wracking. Hopefully I'm doing this justice, you guys. I do want the antlers to be different, though, so it's okay that they're not covered. So we'll put those right there. Have you ever noticed, when I grew up, where I grew up, we had what was called the Columbia Gardens. They tore it down. The mining company took it out of there. But I loved the carousel. And then in Missoula, Montana, they have an actual carousel. And what else? I just love carousels. When you go to the fair, and there's the carousel horses, I just have always enjoyed the carousel. I think it's a pastime of childhood for sure. You all right down there?
I keep on losing.
You keep losing? Oh, that's all right. You'll be all right, buddy. Okay, I'm going to trim underneath here a little bit, guys.
3 more wax and I'm done.
Hi, Alyssa. Thank you for joining me. Where did I get this guy? I got this, actually, I believe I got this from my mom, you guys. When my dad passed away 2 years ago, they had a great crafting thing that they did together. And I believe these were my mom's, and they're old. I don't know where she got them. I would assume probably like Walmart or Michael's or something like that. I'm really not absolutely positive where she got him. I don't know. He's cute, though. I'm excited to see how it turns out. Hopefully I can get the clay around this little guy the right way. He's doing good so far. I just have to keep molding him. And hopefully I can do it right.
Oh, no. No. Boy, I'm still alive.
You are being a little bit loud, Azrael. Just a little bit, honey. The only thing with this paper mache is like his tail has quite a ridge on it, and his nose too. So I have to be really careful. Otherwise, it'll push through that clay. And I did make the clay kind of thick, knowing that I needed that extra cushion there to cover it, I'm just stretching it and going all around it. Trying anyway. So far, so good. Carly, I got all my stickles in yesterday. I'm so excited to use them. It's exciting. I love getting a new project, don't you guys? Or a new tool or a new whatever you want to call it. Going in between these legs here, his back hind legs, they're kind of really close together. But I think I'm getting it. Let's see. Can you see how I'm just forming him? He is working out. I'm just trying to get this clay all around that paper mache. This will be the hardest part, I think, is getting this little reindeer to be all tucked in nice.
I wish you could tell you when you land on the planet. I will tell you the name of the planet.
And I have a question about paper mache. That cookbook that I did, the clay cracked really bad. So is there a secret that you guys do? Like, do you paint your paper mache before you add your clay to it? Or Is there something that I'm not aware of that helps it from, you know, keeps it from cracking? I'm going to take another little piece. I kind of ran short on his front legs here. Well, maybe I can stretch it. Hold on.
Oh boy. That's a shame.
Hi, Cheryl. Thank you for joining me.
Look at how many.
Right now, we're just putting clay over this little reindeer here and stretching that clay around his 4 legs. And it's not as, I'm sure I'm making it harder than it needs to be. Leave it to me, right? But it is working. It's working out really good.
Can I jump on it?
I just don't want to rip the clay.
It hurts. Ooh.
We're almost done. I just got to get a little bit more clay around this hoof. His little hoof needs to be covered up, right?
I said crossbow, not goshbow. Let's go hit this platform.
You always use foam sheet first. Well, how would you cover this with foam sheet? So that's what I need to do then, huh?
Also gonna get my
Well,
flame launcher.
hopefully this guy doesn't crack all the heck on me then.
Wait, I need to go ahead and get these.
I wonder if you could paint it, Carly. Like something like this, you know, this reindeer shape.
Get the cannon. Let's make that cannon.
When I made my big snowman in the secret recipe, we used a paper mache box for that, but it had foam clay on it. Okay. This is a pain in the butt, you guys.
Right, now it's going.
How many of you decorate your homes for Christmas with reindeer? I love reindeer. I think they're so sweet.
You seriously lost your car?
Wouldn't it be neat to have real reindeer? I know there are places that have whatever they're called, the real, you know, whatever type of deer that is. We don't have reindeer here, and you know, out in the, like we have deer. I guess there was a really big buck last night, a block from my house. When my husband came home, he was all excited. He said, "Oh my gosh, it was bigger than the one I just got." He's funny. He's telling me how big its horns were and how long it looked. And okay, so I think this is as good as I'm going to be able to get this, you guys. He is fighting with me. All right, so there is my reindeer all covered in the brown clay. And his ears are right here. The reindeer has ears behind his antlers. And so that is where my ears come in. The challenge, we had to use ears. Okay. And I did leave his antlers out because I'm going to do something different with them. We'll see when we get to that point.
Are the bolts in the wall?
Hopefully this
Lava hurts, does it?
this clay will puff up really nice for me and
It does work.
not crack. I hope.
Lava is not my friend. Put that on a t-shirt.
His little paws down here look terrible, you guys. Oh, just terrible. I think I've got too much clay in there is what's going on. Let me get some of this clay off in between his little feet.
Man, this game is huge.
Oh, and then I peeled it off all the way. I should have just left it alone. Yeah, I think before, I have a few of these little reindeer, and I planned on making a couple more of them. I think I'm going to try different ways. I'm going to paint it, and I don't know how I would cover it, Carly, with the foam sheet. I don't know. Okay, there he is. I'm going to quit messing with him and just leave him be. There was one more thing that I really, really needed to do before I got this far. I needed to poke a hole up inside of him for that dowel rod. So I'm going to do that right now before we get too much further in.
Turret. Turret.
And
Dance. Booking them down.
I should have done this first. I knew I'd forget something, you guys.
Look at him dance. He's very good at dancing.
That was crazy the way that went in there. Holy
Okay,
moly.
I think the group is Get out of here.
Don't do what I'm doing, kids.
What's making enough area? So what are we
Try to push your, make your hole in your reindeer, guys, before you start your project. Don't do it like I just did. Otherwise, you'll be having some issues. Let me make sure it went all the way through. There we go. See? So now I have that's the paintbrush. That's not what's going to be in there. But there is the general idea of it. That worked out good. Okay, so now I'm going to set him to the side. And our little stick is drying. That's a good thing, right? So now let's get our eyes on our little reindeer. And for his eyes today, I'm going to be using I didn't want to use like the acrylic eyes or the felt eyes. I'm just going to use a couple of little black beads. I'm sorry if you guys can hear them, boys. They are being kind of loud. But they're not crying or anything, so I don't want to say too much. You know how that goes. Goodness. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Me and the glue. Do you guys fight with glue? I fight with glue all the time. I don't know why. I don't know why I gotta fight with everything. I guess I'm just a fighter. And I don't even know who's on after me. Now that I'm in the regular lineup, though, I will eventually learn. Now I know who all the people that went before me. That doesn't help you guys, though, as far as who's on next. Right? Darn it. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of super glue there and put one little eye with a bead. He's cute. It looks cute. And do his other little eye. And I'm trying to go easy on the super glue. Push him in there. Okay, so now our little deer has eyes. Can you see the little reindeer eyes? Okay, so there's that part. Can you hear those babies really loud, you guys? You'll have to tell me if you can. Hopefully you don't. Anyway, everybody's so quiet. Talk, you guys. Okay. So now I want to... Let's see, how do we want to do him? I want to decorate this clay a little bit because when you see the carousel horses, they have lots of color. They're beautiful. They have different shapes on them. Some of them... Crimson, settle down. Azrael. You guys, I'm live. You're being way too loud.
Well, that's what I tried to prevent.
Well, try a little bit harder for me, okay? Thank you. Okay, so we're supposed to use the color red. So I'm going to add some red elements to this reindeer and try to make it look like, I don't know, just decorated. You know how you see the carousels and they're beautiful. Some of them have, like I was going to say, animals. They can have animals. They're shaped like animals. Some of them have the most magnificent, beautiful paint jobs on them. And... you know, they actually, in where I grew up in Butte, they have what's called the carousel, and they took these carousels, or these carousel horses, and they redid them. They refurbished them, and they're beautiful. I would love to see them being made, you know, just watch them, how they paint them and all of that stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to be putting I'm going to roll out some real thin worms, and I'm just going to be putting some little swirlies on this reindeer and kind of decorating it up, okay? Just making it look, I don't know, just make it look decorated, okay? So we'll see how that goes. I hope my comments are working, you guys, because the last one that I see on my thing is Carly. So I don't know. If you guys are commenting and I can't see you, I apologize. That's never happened to me before. And I honestly don't even know how to fix it. I wouldn't even know how to fix it. I see other people going out and coming back in. I would be scared to do that.
I need a new.
What if I lost my live? So I'm just gonna, I don't know. I see a little heart floating up just now. There's hearts floating up. What do I do to make it, my comments move, guys?
Oh no, I need a one. I need a one.
Um,
I'm at 2 HP.
if I,
I'm at 2 HP.
oh gosh, you guys.
I haven't used my grenade in a long time.
If I go out and come back in, is it gonna ruin my live? I'm scared to do that.
Actually, grenades.
I'm gonna try it, okay? If I go out and I lose my whole connection, I'll go redo my live and come back on. So please come back, okay, guys? So I don't even know how to go out and come back in. Darn it. I'm gonna try something, okay? Ooh, pray, guys.